Hey guys, welcome to the Nomad Trainer channel. Today we're going to be focusing on hip flexors. So these muscles get really tight from spending all day sat down in a chair. If you think about it, sitting down like this on a seat means that these are going to be fully compressed. Lots of people have a lot of tightness in this area, so it's the muscle that connects the upper thigh to the torso. And what we're going to do today is just give you a few routines to follow that can help you mobilize and get better at stretching this. It also helps you on your way to doing front splits. So being able to extend the back leg back as far as you can is going to require more hip extension, which is this movement here. So all you're going to need today is a yoga mat, is very useful and helpful. And optionally, if you have yoga blocks, then they can be really helpful to just give you a bit more elevation. If you don't have exactly yoga blocks like this and you have something similar, maybe like a thick book, that could also work, or even pillows, something else. But if you start off lying on your front, and we're going to just work both hips at the same time, and we're just going to warm up the hip flexors by going side to side and squeezing the glutes. So this is called upward dog. It's the opposite of downward dog in yoga. And we want to squeeze the glutes because they're the opposite muscle to the hip flexors. They're the antagonistic muscle pair. So in antagonistic muscle pairs, when one muscle contracts, the opposite muscle relaxes. So if we contract our glutes, so by squeezing the butt, that helps us to relax the hip flexor. And you just move gently side to side, just feeling into it a little bit, getting used to that feeling of back extension as well. Okay, next we're going to move on to a slightly more intense active stretch. And if you have the blocks, you might want to use them now. You might not need to. So I don't usually use them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back onto my heels, put my hands on the floor behind me, and lift up and press and squeeze the glutes, hold, and then relax. If you can't quite reach the floor and you want to use some blocks for a bit more elevation, you can do that, okay? But what we're going to do now is 8 reps of these hip presses. So really squeezing the glutes, lifting up as much as you can, and then slowly releasing. Push as high as you can, hold, and release. Should feel a nice stretch on the thighs, the quads, and the hip flexors. Make sure you lean back as far as you can while you're doing this. It doesn't work if you're leaning forwards. You have to make sure that you're leaning backwards to get the full hip extension. I'm going to go for 4 more reps. Might feel a nice stretch on your abs as well while you're doing this. And then last rep. Good, okay? So now activating the glutes and working each hip flexor together is going to prime us now for doing the individual stretches. So we're going to start off with our right leg in front and our left knee behind. So I like to just put my left toe down for a bit of stability. Also, if you need a bit more balance and stability, you could use your blocks, or even if you're doing this next to a sofa, you can hold on to the sofa. It's not a balancing competition, so don't feel like you have to stay perfectly upright. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do some rocking forwards and backwards and aiming to open up this left hip flexor, so right up here. I'm just going to be rocking forwards and coming back. I'm just going a little bit deeper and trying to play with the range of motion in here. Another thing we can do is as we come forwards, lift the arms up, and as we come back, bring them down. So go for another 5 reps, like that. The lifting the arms up just makes the stretch all the way down through the body, the fascia like that, adds into where we want to release in the hip flexor. A couple more. And last one. Okay, so now warm-up time is over, and we're going to move on to doing a contract and relax stretch. So the point of the contract relax stretch is to try and trick the nervous system into letting us have more range of motion. Okay, so we're going to come and find as low as you can in the lunge position, bringing the hips forwards. But what we want to make sure is that we're not just letting our back arch like this. We want to engage the core so that we're not arching the back, we're keeping the core, the lower back straight and the body upright. So not coming forwards like this, not doing that. We want to engage the abs so that when you find this, squeeze the glutes as well, then you find a real deep hip flexor stretch, okay? Once we've got that, once you feel like, okay, this is really, really deep for me in this muscle here, what you're gonna then do is you're gonna think about like driving, you're trying to drive this knee forwards, okay? It's not gonna move, or you don't want it to move, but you're going to push 10, 9, engage the glutes as well, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, keep pushing. Exhale, come forwards, keep the core engaged, and you've got a little bit more range, okay? So that's round 1. We're gonna do 2 more rounds on this side, and then you're gonna hopefully get a lot lower, okay? So if you need to readjust your front leg, that's also fine. And we're gonna go again. Ready? Pushing, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, relax, come further forwards. Okay. If you start getting cramp in the front leg, you can just release it a little bit like this. And then we're going to do one more. I'm going to do the last one with a bit of support. And we're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're just going to hold. Okay. And then we're going to come out of this side. Whoa. It's pretty tough. So maybe take 30 seconds rest in between sides. And then we're going to go on to the other. So remember, starting off nice and easy, coming forwards, lifting the arms up, back down, forwards up, back down. You might find it easier or harder to notice the hip flexor on this side now. A couple more reps, just as a little warm up. And then we're going to go into the contract, relax stretching. So remember, getting the core engaged. We're going to go for that drive, trying to engage the hip flexor. We're trying to contract the hip flexor for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale. Okay. Take a few breaths in between. And then we'll do 2 more rounds. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's very important that you do the exhale and stop pushing at the same time. 1 more round. And go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here for a little bit. And then slowly come out. Okay, we're getting there. We're nearly done. And we're going to do a couple of loaded movements now. So one of them is going to be for both the hip flexors together, and the other one is going to be going back to individual. So we're going to go for 8 reps of each. The first one is called a reverse Nordic, and these ones are really tough. I just want you to go back as far as you can, and don't feel like you have to go all the way back, but the further back you can go is better for strengthening and lengthening the hip flexors. Maybe every rep, try and go another centimeter further. So what you do is you come up onto the knees, arch the back a little bit, lean back as far as you can, and then bring yourself forwards, okay? We want to make sure that we don't end up doing this after we keep fully extended here. So leaning back, and then coming back up. Leaning back, quads working, hip flexors trying to be strong and long at the same time. Three more. See if you can go any further back. One more. Okay, so that was called a reverse Nordic curl. So a regular Nordic curl is where you do this and you lean forwards. This one, we're leaning back and reversing. Okay, last hard thing for the day is going to be what I call an ATG split squat. So I've also heard them called long lunges as well. But what you want to do, we'll start with the right foot in front because that's what we did last time. And we're going to just bring the back knee back as far as you can. I'm going to try not to hold onto the knee. We're going to try and be strong and lift the back knee up off the floor and then back down. 8 reps total. 2. If you need the supporting blocks, it's fine. 3. 4. 5. 6. Trying to get it as high as possible without the bum coming up too high. 1 more. Cool. And then take a moment and we'll do the other side. I've been finding my left leg forward has been much easier for this movement as well as the stretches. So if you find one side feels easier than the other, that's totally normal. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to go for 8 more reps like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 more. Get as straight as possible and then release. Okay, we'll do 1 more relaxation style stretch. It might not feel 100% relaxing if you're really, really tight. It's called a hero pose. So if you can, then we're going to sit on the floor like this and then lean back. So if you have a cushion or a pillow that you might use for, in the bed, then you can put that behind you. But the goal is to just get back and stretch as far as we can. Maybe using the blocks for the elbows. See if you can get all the way down. And we're just going to stay here just for 30 seconds or so. Just feeling the quads and the hip flexors. Just getting a nice, long, slow, relaxing stretch. Keep engaging the glutes. It's important with these static stretches that we hold them for a minimum of 30 seconds. Any less than 30 seconds, they can often be a bit of a waste of time, to be honest, because the muscle just switches back to its original length. And then simply, we're just going to get back up and then shake the legs out. And that's it. So hopefully this is going to make your hip flexors feel nice and loose and relaxed. And doing this routine from time to time is going to help keep them mobile and strong at the same time. So stay tuned for more and see you around.